Hi, crafty friends. It's Debbie with Make It With Me. Back today with another card project. I'll be trying to recreate this card. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I loved doing the little bit of heat embossing, and I'm excited to share it with you. So I'm going to go through a supply list because this one took me a little while. It probably won't take as long the second time. I'm going to try to do this in phases. So I'll do all the stamping first and then the coloring, then the embossing, and try to kind of go through it like that. So I even did a little heat embossing on the inside. I'm going to change it up a little bit. It's not going to be a black card. My card will be white, and that'll be a standard A2 size card, 4¼ by 5½. I'm going to do a black layer just to give it that little extra black edge, and that will be cut at 4 by 5¼ and then I'll be using the white with the little black border. And so my card front will be 3¾ by 5, and that's where I'll be doing my stamping and embossing and pretty much the majority of this project. So what you'll need is in some type of an anti-static powder tool. I'm using my little embossing buddy, some liquid glue, some tweezers for the small parts, that be these little pieces right here. I really used those to hold those while I was doing the Versamark and the embossing. One pair of scissors is fine. I'm using these for my tear and tape because they're non-stick, and I'll be using a little bit of tear and tape. Believe it or not, you can heat emboss with this and get nice crisp lines. We'll be doing that. And today I'm going to be using my embossage pen because I wanted to add a little bit of gold to these flowers. So I'll show you how I did that. I've got all of my stamps already on blocks. I'll stamp the inside with the VersaFine because I want that in plain black. I'll be using the Versamark for the heat embossing. And I'll be using the Memento to stamp the flowers because it is an alcohol ink friendly ink. So for this greeting on the front, I'll be using the smallest die from the Celebration Label dies. I think these are really pretty. And the stamp set I'm using is Delicate Petals. I'll be using this image, and I'll be doing some masking with that to get this look along the side of the card. And I'll be using this little sprig here. I think those were really cute. And I'll also be using the Thank You for Your Kindness for my greeting. And then for the inside of the card, I'll be using the Happy Thoughts stamp set. And I'm going to use this, the little things you do so well and so often make a big difference to so many people. If you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that this is kind of my go-to sentiment set right now. I'm really hooked on it. And I'll be using some gold embossing powder. And I think that is it. You'll need some kind of a pokey tool, some type of a little, I love the Take Your Pick tool from Stampin' Up. That's kind of my favorite. And if you have Ohuhus, I ran out of one of my yellows, so I'm substituting for one of the Spectrum Noir yellows. That's why you'll see a mixture here. If you have this set and you want to know the colors, drop a comment below and let me know, and I'll be happy to post those or send them to you. I do not yet have the Stampin' Blends. That's on my wish list for this year. And I've already pre-cut these out to save a little time. These are dies that we will be embossing those together. So, oh, and a coffee filter. Believe it or not, a plain old coffee filter for your embossing powder, just to catch it and be able to put it back in the jar. And of course, some type of a scrap paper. I'm going to use this grid paper just to catch your extra ink and things so you don't get them on your desk. And I think that's it. So if you want to grab some supplies and make this with me, grab them and let's get started. right, so now we're ready to put our card together. So here are our pieces. Now I have a lot of embossing buddy anti-static powder stuff all over my desk. So I'm just going to make sure that it's all good and cleaned off. This is a little Swiffer. This is one of those non-crafty items that kind of are essential in the craft room if you're going to be doing any embossing or anything with glitter. So I'm just going to make sure got everything off my card. Now you can see my little leaves here where I held it with the tweezers. It's got a little white spot, but that's okay because this is going to be tucked behind the greeting anyway. So this is my card base. I'm going to move these aside for a minute. And I'm going to take my black piece and we're just going to glue these together. So let's get our glue. I think it's turning out pretty good. I think this was a really fun card idea. I was just, sometimes my mojo is going and sometimes it's not. And even though that first one took me a while, I did this one relatively quickly. Except for, it takes a little bit to do the, oh, there's some more powder. Let's get that off. Okay, and also, I don't know if you noticed, but I did fix that one little nick that was up here. I just took the embossing pen and added a little bit of the clear on there and filled that in with a little more embossing powder. So it worked out pretty well. All right, now we'll put this piece on our card. And before I glue this, always try to put your top on with your card open because you'll get it wrong. You see, I'm going to check, make sure I don't have everything upside down. Oop, let's see, I almost did it backward. All right, so let's get this piece on. And again, this is why I use liquid glue. So you got a little bit of wiggle room there. All right, I think that looks pretty. I like all the extra little flower or gold on there. Okay, so now I'm going to place this one about the same spot, about right there, but I'm going to cover just a little bit of that. So I'm going to get my tweezers back out and place my little leaves here where I want them. I'm going to put one here. See, it's going to be tucked so you won't ever see that little white spot. And then the other one's going to come out this way on that side. Yep, I think I like it. All right, so I'm going to leave that there. Dab a little glue on here, and this is just, well, the glue going to come up. Just a little dab on the big pieces. I think my glue's getting a little low. And I'm not too worried about this stem again because it's not going to be. I'm going to dab a little bit of that off. Okay. So let's put this one about right there. Press that down, and let's grab this one. Little glue. Let's twist that just a little bit. Okay. Oh my goodness, I'm losing a hold of my. Could you all tell my hands are not working real well today? I was having trouble. What is going on? Am I not getting a hold of it? Gosh, I must be squeezing it with my left hand because this is way too much glue. Yeah, my hands are having one of those days where they're just not working all that well today. Okay, put that one there. And then we're going to slip this one right down here. Whoops, let go, Debbie. All right. And then, us crafters, we don't like to waste anything. So I just saved that because I thought, well, I can use the other side of it. So that's what I'm doing. And no one will ever know, but it's on there. So that. And let's get this on here straight. Oops. Right there. All righty. And there's our card. How pretty is that? I really like it. So I'll take some nice, oh, I did have a ribbon. I did put a little ribbon on there. So I think I might do that again. And this time I might put it down here instead of up here. I think I'm going to put it right there. What do you think? I think so. Let's get a little glue dot. And kind of wad it up a little bit. Put a little glue dot right there. We will place our, let's see. Nah, I think I can do it without it. You see why I need this little tool, don't you? With my hands the way they are. Okay. I don't want to cover up my letters there, my words. There. Cute, right? Not exactly the same. So I always do a little evaluation. So this is the one I pre-made. This is the one I just made. And you'll notice that there are 6 flowers on this one and only 5 on this one. So apparently I didn't do my stamping the same. I put a little more gold in the petals of the flowers on this one than I did on this one. But overall, I'm really happy with it. I think it turned out really pretty and shiny. So, and I did not do the envelope for this, but I will. And I think I may even emboss the envelope with this because that'd be really quick and easy. And so I hope you liked it. Leave a comment if you'd like to try to make something like this again. Thanks so much for stopping by and viewing my little project for the day. And I hope to see you again. Happy stamping. Have a wonderful day.